Good morning, everybody. Hope y'all are doing well. I'll go ahead and pop into the news here. Oops, let me get over here. So it should be a pretty interesting week. Sorry I missed you guys yesterday. I just overslept a little bit. Let's see. News here. Sorry. Okie doke. So today is Tuesday, September 20th. It's 7 o'clock, coming to you from the Chicago area. And today we are looking at FOMC meeting begins. Dum, 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 dum. That just means be careful. Things could change on a dime, so try to keep your positions and your exposure short. This is not trading advice. I'm brand new to the bond, so certainly don't think I'm an expert on any of this stuff. Just doing this live stream to keep myself on track with my homework, and hopefully some of you guys will find some value in this as well. Let's see, 7:30 a.m. We've got the housing number coming out. That'll be another reason to be careful. Get out of the market at that point. We've got a 4-week bill announcement at 10 a.m., 8-week bill announcement at 10, and a 20-year bond auction at 12 p.m. That I'm going to know because the 20-year bond auction really does, in the past, I've seen those auctions really move price. So 12 p.m. and 7:30 a.m. are key times to watch today. Let's switch over to our higher time frame analysis. And here we go. This is the Ultra Bond right here. What you're looking at is the regular trading hour session in teal, and the overnight session is in this blue right here. So as you can see, yesterday we shot up. We put in the value area at the top of the range. Overnight, kind of wiggled around here, and then at a certain point, exactly about 11 o'clock Chicago time, we started to falter. Then we fell through the floor, shot way down all overnight. So that's the context for the Ultra. Let's take a look at the 30-year. 30-year, similar story. Yep. Yesterday's range was sort of equivalent to the previous overnight range. And then overnight here, we wobbled around at the top, and then we took a dive, serious dive. Okie doke. See, here is ZN, similar shape and story. ZF, however, look at that. Completely different. ZF overnight, we've gone up, and we've got our value area up here at the top. So that's what's going on with the ZF. Let's take a look at the 2-year. Just double check I didn't get something wrong there. ZF 1222. Yeah, that's interesting. All right, let's take a quick peek at our TPOs. This is the 30-minute charts, 7:20 a.m. to 2 p.m. Chicago time. The Ultra Bond right, y'all. What we're looking at is, this is yesterday's TPO right here. And if you can see the white line, that's our current price line. As you can see, we're way at the bottom of the composite profile. There's nothing going on. So we are at lows. Let's see here. So we are way down here. So we're going to be opening out of range and certainly out of value from yesterday. Well, we might actually be opening in range. It depends if we drop down any further. All right, let's take a look at the 30-year. Okay, 30 years right here. We are definitely out of range. We're below range and below value in the 30-year. Reason why I mention that is because sometimes if it does crack up into the value area low from yesterday, after it gapped down, a lot of times it'll chew up and either go towards the POC or the value area high before either rejecting or consolidating or just continuing on upwards. My gut is sort of telling me that the floor is about to drop out. I kind of feel like things are going to shoot down in price today, but what I think doesn't matter at all. All that matters is where the market moves and if you can get in the right direction. Here we are, ZN, smaller ranges as you can see, and we are well below value and well below the range down here. Let's take a look at that ZF. ZF, we are below value and below range. ZT, we are in range but below value. All right, let's take a look at our overnight VWAPs. So what you see here, the red line is the VWAP. It's red when price is below it. That line is red. When price is above it, it's green. and you've got the deviations here. So as you can see in the Ultra, we are we are past the -1 deviation and between the -1 and the -2. So you can see I built a little code here so that I can see where we are in relation to the deviation bands. So that's that. I will reset these to regular trading hour session once 7:20 hits us, which is in about 15 minutes. So I have the VWAP for the current regular trading hours session. This is the ZB, the 30-year. Yeah, we're clearly in a downtrend at the moment. ZN, similar thing. We're just now starting to cozy up to that first deviation. And ZF also sort of hovering around that first deviation. Let us take a look at yesterday's opening range and see how things all played out in that way. So get my mouse over there. All right, so you can see these bands right here. This is the first 5 minutes of the regular trading hour session. Ultra bond, 30-year, 10-year, and 5-year. You see the Ultra opening range. We went above it, came down, touched the opening range high, and then continued up. ZB, similar story. Broke the overnight range, came back down, traded around it for a while, and then up. ZN, we broke up out of the opening range, down to the bottom of the opening range, over and under and over and under, and ended up sort of towards the top of the end of the day, towards the top of the inside of the range. And let's see, the ZF here kind of broke over the opening range, but then it dropped down below the bottom, up to the top, and look, it just went from overnight, from opening range to opening range high to opening range low to high. So that's what happened yesterday. We'll see what happens today. Take a look at our relative chart here. Got the Ultra in purple, 30-year in yellow, 10-year is blue, ZF is green, and the orange is the ZT. Just like to use this to see where everything is related to one another. That's what's so great about the bonds is you've got all these little friends. You can sometimes get a tip on where we're going next. Take a look at our tick charts here. This is the 124 tick chart. Got the 100 period moving average. It does not matter which tick size you use or whatever, as long as it works for you. I just use this to gauge sentiment and to see what's going on. It's a Heikin-Ashi chart, so it's not going to give you the precise, current price. But what it does do is it helps me keep a keen eye out for the trend. And I did something new to my charts. I'm always tweaking things and playing around. But if you look at the Ultra here, you'll see these vertical bars. And what I did is I just had it set so that every time that the price crosses the crosses the 100 period moving average, it will print a cyan dotted bar. Every time it crosses below the 100 period moving average, it's printing a magenta line. So as you can see, in areas where it's indecisive, you see a lot of ups and down signals, which to me, for my own style of trading at the moment, that's indication for me to stay out, unless you're doing some kind of unless you're like doing a range trade where the product's ranging around and you're just like, selling the high, buying the low just for a couple ticks here or there. But then if you look here where it trended for a while, you'll notice that there's that magenta cross, and then there's nothing for quite a while. And that's sort of my clue to be like, hey, you know what? This possibility to hop in on a trend here. Because even if you see there, oh, we're in a wide open space, there's lots of opportunity to still join in that short parade. So looking at this, I've also got the linear regression channel that just takes the last, I think I've got it set to 80 bars, and then it just plots, a median line, like a mean right there in the center, and then a top and a bottom. Just helps me to see the trend. It's funny, these things are so obvious, but it just helps me to have some training wheels. So just see if we have any observations in the Ultra. Well, we're below the 100, and the 100 is slanting down. Same story in the ZB. And let's see, the ZN is actually consolidating at the 100, and the 100 is flatlining. And the ZF, same story, consolidating right around at the 100, and that is flatlining. Let us see. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and change my VWAP. I'm going to go ahead and change my VWAPs to the regular trading hours session now. Just so that way I'm all ready. Got to open in about 10 minutes. VWAP. Regular trading hours. Boom. All right, give that a minute to populate. And now we're going to take a look and just note up here. All right. Here we are just getting us set up. This is the TPO on the upper side here. And I'm just getting things set up so that I can track the progression of the formation of the TPO chart, which is very helpful to me. On the bottom, we've got our footprint charts. These are just showing the bids and asks that have the market orders that have actually executed, and that also helps me keep track of where we're going. Those I've got set to tick. All right, let's go ahead and get ourselves over to the one range chart. This is something new that I just put on yesterday. I'm going to experiment with it today. So every time the price moves up, this only prints in ranges, and I've got it set just to 1. So it only prints when price goes up or down. Just kind of give me a little bit of a different look into the flavor of the personality of the 4 products. So I'm going to give that a try today for the first time. And let's see, now we'll get into the meat. This is where the action happens. This is the edge of the knife. This is the DOM, depth of market. See, I've got everything all marked out here. Yesterday's low, value area low. Having those written in the alert column here in Jigsaw Day Trader is extremely helpful to me, because I can see it's really helpful for like targets. You know, I'll use the volume profile to either hide behind or to shoot towards, or if I'm in a long trade, you know, if I was in up here, I might put a target a couple ticks below value area low, anticipating the price may journey up to that location. Got the bid and the offer here in the histogram style. Just going to scroll down here. We've got a large, kind of a bigger one down here. It's not super huge, but I'm still going to mark it out. 140.24 in the Ultra Bond. See if there's anything interesting up here above. Not really. And what you'll notice in the UB is the spoofing and just the algo playing around. That's what I think it is. I don't know any better, but that's my take. You'll see these just pulling and adding and, you know, just kind of manipulating price or whatever. So let's take a look at the 30 here, see if we've got anything pronounced. That's pretty decent. Nah, see, it's not really much to speak of. There's a pretty big one right there at 423. Sorry, 403 offers. That's at price of 130.30, and that is also yesterday's settlement. That's what I'm finding more and more is like settlements, value area highs, value area lows, points of control. They very frequently end up as low of days, you know, overnight lows, POCs, etc. All right, now here getting into the 10-year, we've got one right down here, 113.250. You got 2,800 contracts waiting there, or resting orders, I should say. Nothing up above, so it's either like that'll be, you know, price will work its way down and that'll act as support, and you know, price will reject and bounce back up, or eventually price will just chew through that and destroy and just keep on moving down. So that's an interesting level in the ZN. Let's see if we've got anything in the 5-year here. Sure do. 108.205. We've got 853 contracts waiting. Just go ahead and mark this in the DOM. And anything up above? Not particularly. There's this one up here at 428. Sorry, 443 contracts at 109.040. Just go ahead and mark that in there. I've got the YM here on the side just to keep a running pulse on the indices. Not sure how you really say that. So, all right, let's see. I'm going to take us over now to 30-minute chart, and we are about 6 minutes from the open. Just one moment. I'm going to get my VWAP charts ready to go here. Thanks again for tuning in, you guys. And I'm pretty much doing this because I didn't see anyone else doing a bond-centric review. So I'd also like to say, if you have any ideas or if you have any metrics that you'd like me to cover, as long as it pertains to the bonds and notes, I'm all about it. Anything I can do to make this more valuable for you and for me, that's why I'm doing this. So, all right, let's take a look at the 30 minutes. So this is 30-minute candles, and this is the ultra right here. You can see we down at we had hit this area. Not sure when that was. Let's see if I got my. It was the 19th. It was at 4. It was at 6 o'clock yesterday. We were down here. Yeah, interesting. Yesterday morning we were down here, and now we're back down here in the morning again. And looks like we were back in this same area on September 13th at 7:30. This is MT5, and I have to put in this little candle here because the time zones are all a little wacky. So anyway, that's where we are at in the Ultra. Let's take a look at the 30 year. Let's see. Got to get these turned on here. Yep, not seeing any support or resistance lines drawn in here till we get to higher up areas. So, all right, let's go to the 10-year. Sorry about this. 1, 2. Yeah, not seeing much in the way of supply and demand levels drawn in here. But anyway, here we are. We came down here. We had a little doji, and now we're ranging around, making a little bit of a zipper. So, getting ready to shoot on up or down. ZB. Nothing necessarily that I'm seeing of note. ZT. Let's see. The 2-year came down here, had this reversal bar here, and now it's going up. Did I miss the 5-year? Yeah, 5 years right here. 5 years, same thing, consolidation, and now 5 years on the move to the upside. All right. Let us pop back into. Oh, the other thing I've got over here is the HVAs, and I can't get a draw price line on here, but you'll see this 114.025 is where we are in the ZN. We are this is looking back, I think 365 days in the product, and we are like way at the bottom of this is the volumetric tracking of these products, so we're like way down there in the basement. All right, let's get us back into our news. Just to do a recap there, today is Tuesday. We've got the 7:30 housing starts and permits, and we've got the 12 o'clock 20-year bond auction, and of course the FOMC meeting. So be careful, protect yourself, make money. That's what it's all about here. So hope you guys have a good day. Feel free to hit me up on Twitter if you have any suggestions or anything for this live stream, and I will see you tomorrow. Later.